host. We've really enjoyed being here with them. They've done an amazing job of creating an environment and ecosystem to fuel founders and help companies get to market and scale. And speaking of folks that help people develop the products and get to market and scale, I'm here with Matteo. Matteo, say your last name for me.
Infantosi.
I love it. That is awesome. And
How are
you're
you?
with Octadev.
I'm with Octa. Thank you for the time, Isaac.
How happy to have you here. So, tell me about yourself.
Myself, I live in Uruguay. So Uruguay
Uruguay.
is a really small country under Brazil and by Argentina. It's not Paraguay, it's Uruguay. So people used to, get confused with that. We have offices in Uruguay and in the US. And basically, I founded Octa with my partner Andres, that actually is here in other meetings and knowing people. At Octa, basically, we offer nearshore software development services
Okay.
in two forms, basically. One is staff augmentation, where we give you the resource and you basically manage that resource. And then the other way is we define what you need to create and we create a squad and basically we work with you with a squad of developers, UX, UI, QA, PMs.
So, and that's like fixed bid delivery. So,
Exactly.
all right, staff aug and delivery, which is very similar to what Compalo does. We also have managed services. So, tell us about your customer. Who are you largely working for?
Okay, we're basically focusing on financial services customers. So
Okay.
we work on fintech and financial services. Our customers are from the startup that is starting to, lend money, and they need a platform. We can develop that platform from scratch. We have a product that it's a loan management system.
Okay.
That it's a software as a service platform, or we can go throughout exchanges, brokers, traders. We work with payment companies. We work with banks. So it depends on the type of customer. It's the type of service that we provide. Usually, banks or big companies, they are more on staff augmentation type of solution, and small companies, more startups are willing to build something from scratch or need more power or squad, and there's where we provide our services.
Okay, so I know there's as many different types of software development as there are days in the week, right? And then times 10. So we focus largely on cloud-based data analytics, and we've been doing a lot of mobile development, but to empower the data capture at the source. Where is your specialty?
Since we've been working with a lot of regulated companies, like banks that has big regulations and
Large amount of compliance
yes,
and
exactly.
risk.
Central bank usually are looking at what you're doing, reporting and everything, compliance.
Yeah.
So we are focusing a lot on onboarding and everything that it's related to compliance.
Okay.
So that's mainly where we are being focusing, and especially lending. Lending, it's
Okay.
like something that we do a lot.
Yeah, but in staff augmentation, somebody comes to you and says, "I need a XYZ developer for." So we know in Mexico, it's very challenging to get data engineers right now. There's a large amount of data engineers in Central America. That's where we're Nicaragua, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras. And it's funny how things tend to kind of localize. So if you RPA developers, there's not a lot of them in Mexico. You can get these folks in Argentina and Guatemala. Mobile app developers, Flutter hard to find these
Yes.
days. React Native is very nice and very standardized. Hate to break it to you, Google, but React won. The multi-delivery, multi-platform mobile app dev. React has won that, right? Native. So what, like if my team, if somebody comes to me saying I need a XYZ developer and I'm looking and they're not in Nicaragua, what do I look for in Uruguay?
I think that in Uruguay we have a really good pool of talent. In the past 20 years, it's been crazy how the software industry has developed, and there's a lot of people studying, and actually there's everyone is employed. Like there's no unemployment in this industry. It's crazy. In our case, we usually work with Java, .NET. We usually work with
Okay. Banking, that makes sense. Java's very, probably
yes.
quite a bit with Python if you're doing data
Yes,
integration work.
Python, and then Node.js, Flutter. We love Flutter.
Yeah. I love Flutter when I find a good Flutter developer because they're twice as expensive as React Native.
Well, yes.
Startups, if you're looking for a mobile platform developer, do not touch Flutter Flow. By the time you have three custom widgets, you can't maintain that thing. We have a customer that has over 100 custom components in Flutter Flow. iOS 26 comes out, half of them break. We spend a week just what just happened, which ones are we, and React Native, obviously, you're not having to build these custom components to make obvious things happen. I was an early adopter on Flutter. I loved it. We won half of these code launch belts building Flutter applications. But moving into the React world, especially, you've got your T3 stack, you've got all of these stacks now that really facilitate more repos, and our full stack developer is doing mobile, front end, back end data. We don't have to go, oh, the mobile guy is out today, we can't fix this bug until Friday when he comes back. So, a lot of resourcing alignment is just really, JavaScript is literally everywhere now. So that's very, very helpful. And we've noticed, I've been working in Central America since 2018, and there has been that pivot. So firstly, the students they're graduating from university, they begin their degree, we want to be software developers. Do you speak English? Yeah, awesome, go into a call center. And there just were not jobs for them in their career. Now there are in Central America. We are able to find talent very quickly. The last couple of months, especially, a role has come up and we've been able to fill it inside the same week with really talented people because I think a lot of it's seasonality. But we've also, we want to focus on, for me, the cultural fit matters.
Yes.
A lot.
Retain people, retain talent.
Yeah, one of our clients, we started with them in 2018. They're expanding their relationship with us every year. We're here ready to go into year 8. And in 8 years, we have had one person leave, and that was not related to the work or anything. It was a cultural fit the entire time. So in Central America, and I know all of Latin America, you will find people that are like, oh no, I don't take meetings from 10 to 1 because I take my siesta, and I don't work past 4, and I don't want to work on Saturdays. Give me a private office if you want me to work. But we're able to find these folks that are highly motivated. And then we are Cantalo, so people come to work for us, but then they join our client and they become a part of them. They just mesh, and they're there. They want to be there for a long time because in Latin America, people don't want to switch. For me, every 6 months, I want a job. Give me something new to work on. 6-9 months, I hate everybody on my team at that point. Give me a problem to solve. I'm going to solve it, and I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
It's like I told my wife this morning. I'm going to come in. I'm going to record my podcast. I'm going to come home, do my job, and leave. That's not what we're seeing in Latin America. You have people that want to be a part of something,
Yes.
and then they want to be a part of it for a long time.
Yes. Well, that's something that, or it's a discussion that we have a lot with my partner. Building culture. It's something that it's huge and defines your company. We have employees with us that they are working since 2017. So I know what it is, and or they are too crazy, or they're happy with us, or there's something
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, either there's something wrong with them and they're not going to get a job somewhere else. or-
Exactly. But it's not only right now. I don't know in your case, but in our case, after COVID, everyone was working from our homes and
Yeah.
remote, and now we are starting to move into hybrid and more days at the office, and we are in that discussion like every other week or every week with my partner, like saying, it's good to have people here to build culture, because what's going on. There's other stuff in the office that it's happening. We have and this is we have half of our employees are in Uruguay, and the other half is spread in Latam. So it's for the people in Uruguay, it's completely different as the people it's around Latam, because they don't get that culture. It's not easy to get that culture when you are not in the same place, like talking every day, like having a barbecue or
Yeah.
So there's things that you have to have in mind.
Yeah, and we find that I don't have to drive that. So we have kind of hot desks, and we have a nice, nicely set up office. And I've never had to tell somebody you must be in the office on these days. The teams work together and they decide their schedule, and they end up being where they need to be productive. And the people that aren't productive end up being eliminated pretty quickly, and the people that are productive stay a really long time. And I love the fact that I don't have to drive that. I don't have to tell somebody you must be here at this
That's
time.
good.
At this time. And for me, that's largely culture, is making sure that you. I literally asked ChatGPT, how do I force my employees to do what I tell them to do? And I've gotten way past that and matured wise in the last 18 months or so. I've realized if you set the vision of what you're trying to accomplish and why, the right team members will rise to the occasion, and the wrong ones will fall off on
They
their
will fall.
own.
Absolutely.
And so once you have people who say, here's the vision, here's what I need you to achieve, here's your team that you're going to do it with, they self-organize, and they do that without me having to say, from 9:45 until 11:45 on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, you must be in this room at this time. Get your coffee before you show up, and do these tasks in this order. I don't have to do that, which is beautiful.
Yes.
So, all right. So you are Octadev. Mateo, how many team members do you have right now?
We are over 100.
Awesome.
Yes, we're over 100. Half of it in Uruguay.
That's amazing. Awesome. I have not had the opportunity to
You
get out of
should.
Uruguay yet. People in South America keep inviting me down. Colombia, some folks trying to get me to visit Venezuela. I don't think that's in the cards right now. I'm not sure that they want. I don't think that's a vacation they're inviting me on. Yeah, no, excited.
You should go to Chile, Argentina, and then Uruguay. You should do that.
Do it in that order?
Yes.
Awesome. I've got some good friends in Colombia too that moved down from Nicaragua. So, Mateo, awesome to meet people that understand the vision. Cantalo Consulting, we existed initially to create opportunities for people that didn't have access to them. Always love talking to people. You know what? I'm actually going to pivot back, Mateo. I've had a question burning on my mind for the last month and a half.
Okay.
And haven't had an opportunity to talk to somebody else about this. This summer, I was thinking that the whole nearshore staff augmentation industry is jeopardized by AI. And then our president gave me a golden gift of the $100,000 H-1B fee. And now I'm thinking, with that one move, he may have saved nearshore. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's too soon to know what is going to happen. I think that everyone is trying to apply AI to everything, like it's been crazy. I believe that AI is going to be something that it is helping us to
Yeah.
focus on more important things.
Yeah.
It's more as assistance. It's more focusing on that. I don't think it's going to take away jobs or
It
people.
will reduce headcounts on teams. Absolutely.
It will, but I believe that people are going to be focusing on more important stuff rather
Yeah.
than, you know, I don't know, writing down an email or, focusing on things that are really important. Sometimes I talk to and another discussion that we have with our partner is we are all the time, working on the operations and, don't having time to think. And,
Yeah.
and I think that if we start applying AI on those type of things, operational things that take out time from your day and start working on strategy, I think that's something that you can take benefit of.
With
AI.
the H-1 visa becoming more restricted and much more expensive, are you starting to see any increased demand for nearshore services? And I was asking that because we have started to see the seat requests increase and
Not really for now.
not yet. Awesome. All right, thanks so much, Mateo.
Thank you, Isaac.
I love talking to founders. It's not very often that I get to sit with somebody that does nearshore software development and can understand not just the mission, but how I operate. And Mateo, we're going to connect and stay in touch.
Absolutely.
We are, this is what I love about Austin Tech Week. Austin Tech Week is, yes, there's a lot of startup founders here, but there are also a lot of established businesses that understand and can kind of learn and grow. I learn best from talking to people who have a different view on something I already know. So really appreciate that here at Capital Factory has put together just a really great environment for that. I thank them for having us here. We are on the 5th floor outside of the Connector Plus Lounge. Come on down. I want to hear more from the voice of the founder.